Hi, I'm Martin Osborne. I run the text-to-bib.org website, which converts files of references into BibTeX files. I'm going to show you briefly how to use it. You upload a plain text file of references, and the system returns a BibTeX file. In your input file, either the items can be separated by blank lines, as in this file, or each line can be an item, as in this file. Some of the lines are wrapped here, but each item has a line-ending character only at the end of it. The file that the website returns is a BibTeX file like this one. Let's go back to the input file in which the items are separated by blank lines, which is easier to read. The conversion algorithm requires that in each item, the authors come before the title, and the title comes before the publication information, but otherwise no specific structure is required. The system is designed to detect items of the following types, of which there are examples here: article, book, in collection, in proceedings, PhD thesis, also master's thesis, tech report, unpublished, and online. Each item should not contain any text that's not part of the reference, like a comment. If your file does contain comments at the end of the references, like this one, precede those comments by text comment character, the % character, to tell the conversion algorithm that they should be ignored. However, each item can be preceded by certain strings, including the ones in this example: \bibitem, \item, \no indent, \small skip, also \big skip, a number in brackets like this, a number in parentheses like this. If an item is preceded by a BibItem command, the argument, in this case Hillish et al., is taken to be a label, which will be preserved if you check that option on the conversion form, which I'll show you in a minute. The character encoding for your file must be UTF-8. If it isn't, you can convert it to UTF-8 using Notepad++, which is what I'm using to display these files. Once your file is ready, log into text-to-bib.org and go to the Convert page. Then click this button to choose your input file. Then check that the options are correct. In particular, be sure to select the right item separator, blank line, or carriage return. Most of the other default options will work for many users, but not everyone. For example, if your input file has BibItem commands with labels in them, you might want to change this option so that the labels are preserved. The last option allows you to save your settings to use as your default for future conversions. Click the Submit button, and in a few seconds you'll see the converted file. At the top of the page, there's a link to download the BibTeX file. But first, you might want to check the conversion and correct it as necessary. If you want to check not only the accuracy of the conversion, but also the accuracy of the reference itself, you can use the links here to Google Scholar and/or JSTOR, which will open in new tabs. If an item has been converted correctly, clicking the Correct button will mark it so that you know you've looked at it. Clicking that button will, in the case of an article, also write the journal name, in this case Drug Discovery Today, to the text-to-bib database for future use after I've verified the name, and in the case of a book, it will write the publisher's name and city for future use. If a conversion is incorrect, click this button to correct it. If the error was caused by the conversion routine, you can check this box and optionally add a comment to post an error report. Error reports are public, so do not include in your comment any information you don't want to be public. I'll look at error reports and make adjustments in the algorithm as time permits. Many errors require clarification, so please don't post a report unless you intend to respond to questions about it. Obviously, you should also not post a report if the error is due to a mistake in the original text reference rather than due to an error in the algorithm. Once you've finished checking the items, go back to the top of the page and click the link to download your BibTeX file, which will reflect any corrections you've made. If you have general comments about the system, please post them on the comments page. That's it. I hope you find the site useful. The source code is on GitHub, and I welcome suggestions for improvements.